The morning after truth hits, everyone pretends they didn't hear it. The city looks hungover. Wet streets, harsh daylight, and screens still looping last night's emergency broadcast. Everywhere you look, people are watching muted footage of Lena's face. On the street, a vendor sells bootleg dead signal stickers right next to newspaper stacks, screaming contradictory headlines. Someone's scrolling through their phone, watching sensationalized remixes of my face and Lena's voice. Protesters are already out, one line chanting "release it all," while another shouts, "lock them up." For a second, you see Lena's image. Then it's replaced by a smiling corporate PSA. Trust verified news. Your safety is our priority. I'm sitting in an interrogation room. Across from me is Detective Marisato. She slides a folder across the table. That's unusual. I lean back, trying for a humorless smile. I was trying something new. She just taps a photo of Lena. Mara opens another file. My jaw tightens. I walked in alone. She pauses, her voice soft but sharp. People don't become martyrs by accident. Who contacted you? I tell her it was an unknown number, and she writes it down like she knows I'm lying. You're either protecting her, or you're scared of something bigger than prison. Outside, two men in corporate suits watch through the glass. He's not giving her up, one says. The other just replies, he will. A moment later, Mara steps out, and they move to block her path. Detective Sato. This case is being reassigned. She doesn't flinch. By who? They walk right past her into my interrogation room. They sit where she sat. My whole posture changes. Defensive. Contained. One of them slides a single-page agreement across the table. Cooperative statement. Protective custody. I give a dry laugh. Safe from who? The other one leans in close. Safe from yourself. Meanwhile, Lena is in a cramped safe house, surrounded by hardware. A fresh scar cuts across her cheek. As she puts it, when you light the fuse, you don't get to choose who runs toward the fire. Her laptop is an ocean of posts. #DeadSigna is trending everywhere, flooded with conspiracy threads and fake leaks. She hesitates before opening a new file from an anonymous source. On a live map of the city, she sees the broadcast being replayed, remixed, mirrored everywhere. It's not just spreading, it's being fed. In a glossy corporate war room, a man named Dr. Rourke watches the chaos like it's the weather. We've flooded. An analyst points to a graph. The leak is mobilizing protests. Rourke just nods, then mobilize confusion. He already has fabricated documents circulating online. All look incredible, all with official seals. Give every citizen their own version of reality, he explains. People don't argue with facts. They argue with identity. On a screen, a button glows. Noise engine active. On the street, strangers are already screaming at each other, shoving phones in each other's faces, both claiming to have the verified proof. Lena watches it all spiral out of control. That's not organic, she whispers. A message pops up on her phone. You wanted them to listen. Now they'll hear everything. She starts to type a warning. Stop sharing unverified files, but deletes it. Authority is a costume, and hers doesn't fit anymore. She pulls up clips of her own broadcast, now altered, her voice deep-faked to say things she never said. No. She opens a Secura comes up and pings an old contact, Vera. Need eyes. Is there a central engine? The reply is instant. There's always an engine. Dead Signal isn't a person. He preaches to his massive audience. It's a movement, and I'm here to guide it. Share this before it gets scrubbed. Lena watches, disgusted. You're handing them the knife, she says to the screen. Back in detention. Guards are escorting me down a corridor. I catch snippets from a TV. My face, the banner whistleblower. A pundit says, either he's a hero, as they process me for protective custody. I see her at the end of the hall. Detective Sato. Watching. She intercepts the guards. He's staying in my jurisdiction. A suit from Civic Security steps in. He's a national security concern now. You don't know what you're standing in front of. Her eyes sharpen. Then explain it, or move. Later, in her office, Mara opens a locked drawer and pulls out an old, closed case file. Channel 9, whistleblower death. Closed cases are just cases. Someone got paid to stop looking at. Inside, there's a photo of Lena before the scar. A bright-eyed reporter. Lena Vale, Mara murmurs. Then she finds the evidence log, a data drive, transferred to corporate counsel, and the signature, J. Moreau, of course. She tries searching for Rourke, for Civic Information Security, for the noise engine, but everything is scrubbed. So she tries a new query, following the leverage. Moreau's sister hospital. Lena gets another message. Stop chasing the streamers. Chase the watermark. She zooms in on one of the forged documents and finds it. A tiny, almost invisible symbol. A liar always repeats themselves. That's how you catch them. She pulls out an old notebook, filled with sketches of signal routes. If there's an engine, there's a plug. She writes a name and circles it twice. I'm in a small cell. Thin mattress camera in the corner. I used to tell myself I didn't have a choice. I remember handing over that drive, the corporate lawyer smiling. I remember the threats against my sister. I built this cage. The intercom crackles. Visitor. The door opens. It's Mara. I'm going to ask you one last time, she says. If I tell you, LENA Ballet. Channel 9. Investigative. They tried to kill her when she got close. Mayor's eyes flicker. Confirmation. I have her file. It was altered. I nod, the bitterness rising. That's what they do. They don't erase you. They edit you. Rourke's war room is buzzing. The streamer, Eli, is amplifying the noise. Useful, Rourke says, but then another screen flags Marasato's. Search is not useful. He turns to his security chief. Put pressure on her. Not violency pressure. When Mara leaves my cell, an officer is waiting with an envelope. Inside are photos of her at her apartment, with her niece, and a note. Stop digging. With that same lattice watermark, she pockets it, unshaken, and walks straight back toward my unit. Lena gets a message with GP's coordinates. If you want the engine, come to where you first died. Alone. She freezes. Trauma has an address. She grabs her gear and heads for the door. A final mensaje arribes. I'm not your enemy. I'm your regret, with a conscience. She steps out into the hall. Saint. Just as she leaves, they come for me again. Temporary transfer to suit size. Mara tries to stop them, demanding to see the order. He shows her a sealed directive. You can keep fighting paper, detective, or you can keep breathing our eyes meet. I shake my head slightly. Don't, I tell her. Don't become me. Lena steps into the alley behind Channel 9. Daylight makes the old bloodstains uglier. I remember the sound of my own blood hitting concrete, she thinks. Taped beneath a pipe is a small bag. Inside, an old staff key card and a cassette tape labeled Moreau Vale. In the alley, she puts the tape in a portable player. She hears our voices from years ago. My voice, arguing to hold the story. Her voice, insisting we run it. Then, my voice, quieter. They called my sister. They know where she is. Lena's face twists in anger and grief. You should have told me, she whispers. A shadow falls over the alley entrance. Someone is watching. From a distance, she hears a crowd roaring. It's Eli Ward, live streaming as he leads a mob toward Channel 9. No, she mutters. Don't bring them here. Her phone buzzes. A call from a local government number. It's Mara. Lena hesitates, then declines. Trust is the rarest currency in a city like this. Rourke watches it all on his screens. Eli's mob, Lena's location, Mara's flagged activity. Perfect. He says, "We don't stop rebellions. We choreograph them into cautionary tales." Tonight, they'll learn what unsafe information looks like. The first broadcast made them listen. The second will decide what they believe. Thanks for watching. Follow for the next issue.